What do you mean, Gene? Don't buy any more Glocks or stop buying Glocks. What does that mean? I got you to click on it by saying that. Say something about a Glock, people will click on it, especially if it's not favorable. Because the Glock fanboys are for real, right? Gene, do you hate Glocks? Do you not like Glocks? I'm not going to be shooting today. This is not one of these awesome shooting videos that I do, but this is something that I've wanted to address on camera for quite some time. I have this conversation with my boys, with the guys in the gun stores, even people that are Glocks. Oh, well, he's saying stop buying Glocks. He must be an H&K guy. He must be one of those SIG guys. That's what it is. But I'm none of those things. I'm actually a CZ guy. If you watch the channel, you know that's true. Well, what are you carrying right now? Well, what I'm carrying right now is a Glock 32C Gen 4 357 SIG. That's what I'm carrying right now. So I'm not a Glock hater. In fact, when growing up, I was not in a home that had pistols, revolvers, anything like that. Shotgun, sure. That's the only thing I was familiar with. It wasn't until my early 20s that I had my first experience with a pistol, right? Very first gun I ever bought was a Glock 17. Well, Gene, why'd you buy a Glock 17? Well, because all of the movies, didn't matter what genre of movie it was, idolized either a Beretta 92 or a Glock 17. So those were my first two purchases. I bought a Glock 17. Sometime later, I bought the Beretta 92. So it was for no other reason but that, because it was so idolized. It's all anyone talked about. At that time, if you asked anyone what gun to buy, it was a Glock, okay? Now, at that time, was that the best option? Possibly. But this is what I found out. So going out to the range, very first time, pointed, shot, low. Pointed, shot, low left, low left. Somebody said, well, Gene, that's you. You're new to pistols. You're going to have to get your grip right. You're going to have to learn just to pull straight back with your trigger finger. It's you. You're shooting low left. Okay, cool. So I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And although I took the left out of it, I was still always shooting low, always. And so I went on, instead of asking people, I went on my own mission to find out why that was. So I started saying, well, the barrel cants so far up when the slide goes back. That's got to be what it is. It's got to be something like that. And because I'm always having to cant the gun seemingly in an awkward direction in order to hit where I'm aiming. It doesn't seem like it's like the point of impact is not the same as my point of aim. You know, it just, something seems odd about it. But then I would see these other guys out here and they were shooting lights out with a Glock. Well, little did I know that most of those guys have been shooting Glocks since they were infants, basically. And so they had worked or trained their way around that. But I really didn't want to, but I didn't have the option at that time of buying or having a safe full of 100 guns. So I was talking to a police friend of mine at the time. They were carrying M&Ps and stuff, and I shot one of his M&Ps. And although I'm not a huge fan, and I'm not a fan at all actually of the M&Ps or Smith & Wessons in general, I shot good with it as far as, you know, accuracy was concerned. It hit where I was aiming, where I wanted it to hit. And I'm like, so I started talking to him about my personal research. It turned out to be absolute a joke, by the way. Again, I didn't know anything about guns. And he started talking to me about the odd grip angle and how that they've never changed that, and people complained about it, and finger grooves and all of this other stuff. And so I started checking into that, looking into that. That's what kind of led me over to CZ. So when I say stop buying Glocks, that's not to say that I'm literally carrying a Glock right now. I actually shoot pretty good with this. I changed the sights on this gun, which helped out a great deal. But so I don't shoot too bad with this gun, and they are reliable. You have to give them that, right? They are reliable. They have not changed anything up. Kudos to them for that. It is a reliable firearm and can literally go through hell and back and still work and survive, right? No question about it. Reliability, not questioning that, okay? But here's the thing, I hear even Glock people standing around in the store talking about how that, oh, I wish my Glock had that, I wish my Glock had this, because they're looking at guns in similarly priced categories that have all of these innovative designs, you know. They were optic ready, they were comp, they had night sights on them, they didn't have finger grooves, front serrations, they had different trigger guards, a different cant on the grip here, extended mag wells, or I'm sorry, flared mag wells, extended mag releases. They had all of these items straight out of the box, and they innovated. The CZ, they had the low, super low bore axis in the CZ. Some were hammer fired, some CZ, they have hammer fired, they have striker fired. Other companies just started innovating. SIG would have probably been the leader in all of that innovation. And then Springfield Armory came along, started to innovate. Whether you like those companies or not is irrelevant, because people started going towards those platforms because of the innovation, and Glock was still making a Glock. Oh, the Gen 5, they took the finger grooves off. Ooh, you know, they changed the texturing a little bit. Ah, you know, they put some flared, I mean, I'm sorry, they put some front serrations. The original 19 Gen 5 did not have the serrations, by the way. Um, I have one of those. I have the original. And then people started complaining about it, and they put these what looked like an afterthought serrations on the front of the gun, and they're just ugly. I mean, they're functional, they work, but they're ugly. You could tell nobody really, they just like, I don't want to do that, but whatever, just slap some on the front like what's on the back. You know, they just never have, because it works, because they're idolized, and because people are going to buy them, they just never change anything. So why do you need to stop buying Glocks? Well, if you stop buying the Glocks, start buying the SIGs, the SAs, the CZs, the companies that are out here innovating, making new products that work better, that have different grip angles, and if it don't, they change it up. They listen to their customer. Well, if you want that from Glock, the pistol you love, the pistol I like, the brand I like, well, then you have to stop buying them until they learn to innovate. You have Kimber out here with the R7 Mako Carbon Compact that I just got, and the way someone else did not make an aftermarket grip module for them, they made their own. It came out of the factory like that. Okay, well, you can take your Glock and you can put, you know, $600-700 worth of upgrades on it, then you have an awesome pistol. No, that's not fair. I'm talking about something that comes straight out of the factory, right? Already with those things on it from Glock, okay? If you stop buying their product, then they might actually make the innovative and designs that you've always wanted with a Glock pistol. They might change things up. They might come out with something new. They may shock you at SHOT Show or something like that, but if you keep on buying in droves as you are their product, they're never going to innovate. They're never going to change. I want to see Glock innovate. I want to see Glock change. If you do as well, don't stop buying them because I'm hating on them. I'm literally carrying this to protect myself today. The Glock 32C Gen 4 357 SIG. Do not hate Glock at all. Favorite brand is CZ. But if they don't start to innovate and you keep buying their products, they're never going to, if that makes sense. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to have a discussion back and forth, because I know this will stir up a crap storm. People, oh, this dude don't know what he's talking about. Listen, I'm just trying to have a conversation about this. You have to admit they don't and have not innovated or changed anything. A Glock is a blocky Glock like it always has been. Thanks for watching again. Let's start a discussion in the comment section and talk about this thing. And as always, make sure you know Jesus Christ, your Savior. If you do not know, ask me how you can know. We can take care of that today. Make sure you go over, check me out on Patreon. And thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. And as always, to God be the glory.